Life on Earth is an interplay between masculine and feminine energies. We have the air and the earth being feminine, the air being masculine. We have fire and water, fire being masculine, water being feminine, and so on and so forth. Everything on Earth is an expression of masculine and feminine energies, and those energies complement each other. When they're in balance, they complement each other and they create life on Earth, and it's beautiful. The interplay between those two forces creates deep harmony and deep beauty. You only have to go into nature and look around you. Now, human beings, obviously the balance between masculine and feminine in human beings is not there. The balance isn't there. You look at the human race, and to some degree, and it depends on people, depends on the person, depends on the relationship, but it's all about relationship. Life is built upon relationship between the masculine and the feminine. So the most important thing in your life is to harmonize the masculine and the feminine forces inside of you. Because if you're too masculine, then you'll be too aggressive, and the feminine suffers. If you're too feminine, you'll be too passive, and there'll be no drive, you'll have no energy. If you're too feminine, people will walk all over you and you won't have any self-respect and boundaries. If you're too masculine, you will walk over people, or you'll walk over yourself, and you'll cause damage, be destructive. So everything in life, and especially everything in your life, depends upon the balance between those two forces. And so the only way a relationship is going to work is if there's balance between the man and the woman. And a relationship in which the man has balanced his masculine and feminine energies, and the woman has balanced her masculine and feminine energies, a relationship in which that has occurred will be fruitful, because both of them understand the opposite. A man needs to understand the feminine energies, and a woman needs to understand the masculine energies. And not just understand them mentally, but to feel them, to understand them inside their body, and to understand that sometimes you need to step back and not be so pushy, and you need to allow things. You need to listen. That's the feminine. Sometimes you need to stand up and speak and be assertive. That's the masculine. But of course it's about balancing. You can't always be assertive, and you can't always be receptive. You have to feel when those things are appropriate. And this is the challenge. This is the art of living, is feeling the balance of masculine and feminine energies within you and reacting to other people accordingly. So basically, if you're in a conversation with a person and their energy is quite masculine, what I mean is they're quite assertive, or they're just, all they want to do is tell you about themselves, and it's all about, they don't want to listen, then the only way for there to be harmony in that interaction is if you go into the more feminine part of yourself. So if there's a person who really wants to talk in their masculine energy, they just want to, produce sound and share their thoughts and opinions, and you are trying to do the same thing, so you're in your masculine energy and they're in their masculine energy, then there is conflict because no one's listening. So one person has to go into the feminine energy, which means receptivity, which means listening. And so you are in control in any interaction of if there is harmony there or not. Now, I understand that people can be aggressive, and sometimes you need to walk away. You need to retreat and just get away from that person, absolutely. But if you're in a communication with your partner, your loved one, or someone you have to interact with, like a business partner, you need to observe what energy are they displaying, and you need to balance it with the opposite energy. If someone is very quiet, if you're if you need to sort something out or communicate with someone who's quite quiet and struggling to speak, then you have to allow your more masculine energy to come forward and help them communicate. Be proactive. You could see masculine energy as proactive energy, and you could see feminine energy as more passive energy. And that doesn't mean women are passive and men are proactive, because we both have both energies. So that's the beauty of communication is that we can restore balance to any communication. Sometimes it means just keeping our mouth shut and listening and listening and listening. Of course, as long as that person's not being abusive or disrespectful. But we can bring harmony into that interaction by understanding the energy that the other person is putting out and giving it a complementary energy. So this plays out in every single interaction we have with another human being, and it also plays out inside of us. There's a constant interplay between masculine and feminine energies inside of us. And the art of life is to notice if you're being too masculine inside, or if you're being too feminine, and bring balance, restore balance. So if you're kind of not very active and you're feeling tired and you haven't got a lot of energy, then obviously the remedy is to restore the balance and bring more energy. Be more active, be more proactive, and then you will feel balanced. Or if you're too busy doing things all day long and you're always trying to achieve things, which is being too masculine, then you're out of balance. And you need some rest time. You need time just doing nothing, just being still, being receptive, being at rest. And then balance will be restored and you'll just feel better. It's all about how you feel, because we feel balance. It's a sense of well-being. We feel in balance. It feels good. We need to be in balance. Every living thing needs to be in balance. But it's human beings which have, become dysfunctional. And it's up to us, not anybody else. Never blame another human being, because you're in control of what energy you bring into a situation. Whether it's masculine or feminine, it's up to you. You can bring the necessary energy into the situation, or you can, in your own personal inner world, it's up to you. You can restore more masculine energy if you need it, or more feminine energy. It's like a recipe. What does the recipe need? It needs a little bit more of this to make it taste just right. So you need to look at yourself and say, well, what am I too masculine? Have I got too much masculine energies that are putting me out of balance, or is it too much feminine energy that's putting me out of balance? And address it and restore balance to yourself. And then, as a balanced person, you will be able to help other people feel balanced in your communications. You will be able to help restore balance to others in your communication by offering a balanced energy to them. And by seeing what's needed in any communication, you can see, okay, this person is expressing too much of this energy. I can bring in the complementary energy, and then there'll be harmony in that interaction. So this is the joy of living on Earth. It's like a balancing act. And it's all in our hands, completely in our hands. And so it's like an adventure. It's like a science experiment. And there's nothing stopping you from experimenting and understanding. As you experiment, you understand about life. You understand about the masculine and feminine energies in life. And it's such a joyful thing to perceive, because then you realize that you can bring balance, you can bring harmony wherever you go. But you have to start with your own life. Okay, thanks for listening. I wish you well. God bless you.